Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Papademetris. Welcome and thank you for coming to our presentation introducing the EasyClin CTMS suite and the impact that it can have on streamlining the clinical trial process. Today, we're going to start by talking a little bit about some challenges in the conventional clinical trial landscape and how digitization can present an attractive solution to many of these problems. And then I'm going to introduce EasyClin, our product itself, and discuss its key features and the substantial advantages it presents over conventional methods and over baseline digital solutions. And finally, we will hear from the product developer and some other members of our team about the vision for compassion and efficiency underlying EasyClin and its possibilities for revolutionizing modern clinical trials. To bring this product to US markets, we have put together an amazing team across 3 countries. As I said, I'm Maria Papademetris. I'm a corporate development engineer and regulatory policy analyst at CyberActa, and I'm honored to take on the North American portfolio management for EasyClin. Joining me today is Sven Engel, the CEO of SynapCon and the developer of EasyClin, as well as Marcus Orton, also of SynapCon, who's joining us from the UK. And last but not least, CyberActa's very own Giantsidis to talk to us about the compliance advantages of this new product. This marks the beginning of an exciting partnership between SynapCon, which is bringing EasyClin to the world from Germany, and CyberActa, which is operating out of Boston, which will oversee US distribution and provide consulting support to our clients. So to understand the comprehensive overhaul we are bringing to the clinical trial worlds, we need to first look at some of the features of the current landscape, especially some challenges with the ways that many trials are conducted today. So today I will focus on 4 major stress areas for a sponsor conducting a clinical trial and discuss how digital solutions such as EasyClin can ease those pressures. So first here we have organizational difficulties such as document and workflow management that can cause unnecessary headaches or slowdowns in a trial process. In particular, as we know, about 50% of clinical trials are still conducted on paper, which means that a digital document management solution would be a pretty straightforward first step and would naturally produce more streamlined trial organization. Second, here we have challenges of communication. So a clinical trial brings a lot of people together, from sponsors to investigators to investors to regulators, and all these people have to be kept up to date on the appropriate information and have tasks communicated in a timely fashion. CTMS does not automatically address these challenges, but as I will show later, EasyClin was built specifically with this kind of communication in mind. And third, of course, is the simple fact that time is money, so the longer the trial, the less time post-market to take advantage of the patent window, and the lower the profit at the end of the day. So because patients have to take a certain amount of time naturally to go through the operational parts of a trial, and you can only speed that up so much, it becomes all the more important to speed up the other parts of the process. And finally, as always, there are regulatory requirements to be kept track of and met. And for many of us, these begin with the FDA, but they can expand to include international requirements as a successful product hopefully expands into, say, European or Asia-Pacific markets. And last but not least, there is always the possibility of government audits, for which it is very important that all documentation is in order and fully available. So a generic CTMS, or clinical trial management software, addresses 3 of these stress areas nicely. It provides document organization, as I said. It reduces the paperwork time needed to get a trial off the ground, and it keeps track of basic regulatory requirements to make sure everything is in good order. And these are significant advantages that can do a lot to streamline a trial and hopefully increase the profit margins on the product down the line. However, there are always greater possibilities for an ambitious and well-designed CTMS ecosystem. And this is where SynapCon comes in. So the EasyClin suite of products provides a comprehensive CTMS plus database and is designed to meet all of these challenges head-on for a streamlined and unstressful clinical trial experience. So today I'm going to be going through some of the different parts of this suite and show how they are designed to meet these challenges. So the centerpiece of the EasyClin suite is EasyTMF, an electronic trial master file that is designed to speed up and simplify the process of working through a trial. This system is designed to meet all the challenges we discussed earlier, and it has its own additional advantages. So on the organizational side, EasyClin provides the expected document management capabilities, but it also has the additional advantage of allowing different levels of user information access and editing privileges, which can further streamline workflows. It is also designed to fully integrate with a client's native management structures to reduce the time necessary to get going after one adopts it. As I said before, it also is specifically designed to address these communication challenges. So it provides a collaborative platform for study sites and sponsors to communicate so that we can access the progress of the trial. It provides access to an international database of potential trial participants, and even a way to allow investors to access the data they need to monitor the trial's progress. Most importantly, EasyClin reduces the time needed to conduct a trial significantly at every stage of the process where this is feasible. Study design time, in particular, can be reduced by up to 85%, which is a significant advantage against that patent clock. And on the regulatory side, our CTMS is fully compliant with the necessary regulatory requirements in the US, in particular Title 21 CFR Part 11, as well as the EU GDPR guidelines, because the product does come out of Germany. It also provides options for easy auditor access to the relevant documents, making audits easier and quicker. And finally, EasyClin provides the additional advantage of security. The system is double encrypted and designed for cybersecurity, and provides a robust edit log, version history, and wayback function for internal audits and monitoring. So here we have another part of the EasyClin suite, Easy Feasibility, which should be of particular interest to clinical investigators and CROs. So Easy Feasibility is a tool that surveys the suitability of a particular study site for a particular trial, and it can significantly reduce study design time on the sponsor side as sponsors search for these study sites that they need. And for investigators, it allows them to go in on the other side and determine their own suitability for a particular trial. But it also allows them more generally to become part of the EasyClin study site database so that they are available as options for future trials around the world. And the best part is that Easy Feasibility is completely free for clinical investigators, and it only takes a few minutes to sign up and put in your information. So now I would like to take a minute to highlight again EasyClin's advantages on the regulatory side. So as I said before, it is fully compliant with US Title 21 CFR Part 11, as well as other standards, including ICH Good Clinical Practices and ISO 27001, which means that there should be no headaches on the regulatory side for our sponsors. But in particular, it is compliant with the EU GDPR regulation, which means two important things. First, that GDPR is actually a more stringent standard in a lot of ways than the US requirements. So our sponsors can be even more reassured that their compliance is in order. And second, this means that when the time comes to think about expanding into European markets, the requirements have already been met, and that just completely takes away that additional regulatory headache. And so as a corollary with that GDPR compliance, EasyClin is also designed to meet all requirements for the state of California, which also provides an advantage on that end. And this is one of the key advantages with having such a robust product coming to us from SynapCon in the EU to US markets. But then this is where CyberActa comes in as the exclusive distributor of EasyClin in North America. So our role is to bring the product to US clients, but we also, in addition, offer full consulting support surrounding it, ranging from regulatory to quality assurance to project management to legal to technical support to really anything else that our clients might need help with that comes along with our delivery of the product. We can also enable connections to our CRO partners in the EU to provide wide-ranging international trials. And you'll be hearing more about this particular exciting collaboration very soon. So if you're interested, do please contact me as we provide comprehensive demos, training, and consulting resources around the product. So now I would like to turn it over to Sven. So Sven is the CEO and founder of SynapCon and the developer of EasyClin itself. So he is going to talk a little bit more about his vision for the product. So Sven, go ahead.
Oh, yours. Thank you very much, Maria, for this kind introduction. Perfect, and thank you all for joining today. From the very start of my career as a bioengineer and clinical researcher, it was evident that the life sciences field often falls short of its potential. Missed opportunities, delays, budget overruns. These challenges are all too common, and too many projects fail to make the impact they could. One thing, however, has always been clear for me. If we are doing to improve clinical trials, we need higher quality and faster decision making. Archiving this requires applying the right technology effectively. The concept for EasyClin, and even its name, was conceived back in 1999. I imagined a system that could comprehensively manage trials from start to finish. This vision became a reality in 2006 with the deployment of a full clinical trial management system, CTMS. Our initial successes came through global studies for Jerini AG and Shire Limited, as well as various academic trials. From 2006 to 2013, my own CRO used EasyClin globally, supporting critical trial functions like document management, financial tracking, product accountability, milestone management, and much more. Thanks to the efficient use of EasyClin, the projects that I have managed as the responsible project manager have remained on time and within budget, which is still the exception today. Since software development wasn't a direct fit for our CRO business model, we established SynapCon in the UK in 2006 to manage IT developments and propel EasyClin forward. A major turning point came with our participation in the Horizon 2020 project in Europe. Through this initiative, we completely redesigned EasyClin to meet strict regulatory requirements from the outset, integrating GDPR and compliance by design, alongside cutting-edge technologies. Our focus in developing this latest generation of a CTMN system has been on compliance by design, avoiding the use of unnecessary functionality. The benefits have been substantial: minimal training times, integrated validation, and rapid availability in its standard configuration. Hundreds of satisfied users worldwide can attest to this. Our pricing model is designed for the younger generation of decision makers in both academia and industry, with flexible options such as project-level monthly cancellations, all-inclusive pricing, and an unlimited number of users, features that set us apart from the competition. A pivotal aspect of our evolution is our partnership with Veridat, our Ohio-based partner integrating distributed ledger technology to ensure data integrity with advanced blockchain solutions. This partnership, together with the expertise of colleagues like Maria, Marcus, and John, has been critical to realizing EasyClin's full potential. With our network partner CyberActa, we are also thrilled to enter the US market, bringing the same rigor and innovation that have defined our journey so far. EasyClin has demonstrated its value repeatedly, enabling on-time trial completion, a crucial factor for regulatory submissions to agencies like the FDA. Our system has successfully passed numerous audits and inspections by clients and regulatory bodies, for cementing our reputation as a qualified vendor in some of the most highly regulated environments. What drives me personally, and what lies at the heart of EasyClin, is our collaboration with patient organizations, especially for rare diseases that severely limit life expectancy in children. For these patients, time is of the essence, and delays in research and development are simply not an option. Working with patient advocacy groups has reinforced our commitment to making the clinical trial process as seamless and efficient as possible. Every day, we are reminded that by accelerating access to treatments, we are not only advancing science, but also offering hope to patients and families when they need it most. EasyClin represents much more than a technology solution. It is a commitment to transforming how we conduct clinical trials. It's about harnessing innovation to improve lives, speed up development, and ensure no opportunity is missed. Thank you for being part of this journey. I'm giving the word back to Maria.
Thank you so much for those words, Sven. So now I would like to turn it over to Marcus, who is also a part of our SynapCon team, who is joining us from the UK. So Marcus, if you want to say a few words as well.
Yeah, Maria, thank you. And John, thank you very much for this opportunity to share with you, and very much to yourself and to Sven for that summary, that detailed summary of both the products and services that I'm now part of. As an innovator in medical devices, as a major part of my career, I've seen many of the challenges that Sven has described there. I've experienced these on the ground, of actually establishing what the data and the evidence is behind the technologies that we're seeking to bring to market and to tackle major and minor healthcare solutions. What has inspired me since meeting Sven in around the 2017, I think we started working together on this, was the principles that were being described there of wanting to bring benefits to many people within the organizations that we're engaged with. With that, improve the experience of gathering this data and presenting it responsibly, and actually supporting the journey of uncertainty and risk and improved outputs that we were all on. And as Sven was sort of summarizing there at the end, at the heart of it, we're here to support our customers. Those customers might benefit from what we do because the patients and the families are really then who are going to experience a better outcome from what we've contributed to in healthcare and wider social concerns as well. So going back to what Maria was highlighting there, SynapCon and the EasyClin product are providing increased operational efficiency. We're tackling part of the story in order to free up the activities, the responsibilities, and the capacity of other activities that are so challenging and are really those that the innovators in healthcare should be addressing. What we want to do is to increase reliability, confidence in the clinical trial configuration, as well as the delivery for the sponsor and for their clinical trial partners and for the participants, be they the trial management and or the patients and the families that are associated with this. EasyClin addresses significant operational hurdles in common practice for the stakeholders, the facilities and the personnel that can then be adversely impacted by the delivery of successful healthcare innovation through unnecessary or delays or problems with materials that they're working with. What we want to do is to provide, and what Sven has gone on to do with the successful projects that's been managed with this resource, is to provide the evidence that will inform the decision making that's there, that has to be taken with the healthcare funding and clinical delivery activities. So we're an underpinning provision to many other people. What we're seeking to do is to provide clear and effective attention to areas of uncertainty and complexities within healthcare. The system itself will open up it live as we're working, and also retrospectively through audits, to the problems, the issues that might have been raised, and therefore bringing with it the traceability and confidence that we're looking for. We're seeking to ease clinical trial activities, significantly reduce the uncertainties and complexities of organising and delivering clinical trials, and thereby increasing the capacity and the attention to the genuine challenges of healthcare innovation. This, as you've heard from Sven and from Maria as we've worked together, has been built on the principles of listening to the people that we're working with, observing what's going on, and responding responsibly. We know that we are so delighted to be working with CyberActa and our other partners across the world, and in particular in the States, because we see a fantastic opportunity to address some of the considerable challenges that we face within healthcare and systems around this. We therefore know that we're on a journey. There will be uncertainties, there will be challenges, and what we are wanting to do is to listen to you, to observe what you're doing, and respond responsibly. We will work with you with what we have to see you develop, and also to improve our services as we respond to what you face in the time ahead. Thank you so much for this opportunity of working with you today, and we look forward to what is to come, and cooperating and working with you in the time ahead. Maria, thank you very much for this time, and I hand this back to you. If there's any questions, please, let's see what comes out.
Thank you so much, Marcus. And finally, I would like to turn it over to John, the president of CyberActa itself, to talk a little bit about the regulatory and compliance landscape and the impacts that the product can have in this field. So John, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Maria. Honestly, the one word that it comes to mind when I saw the product was really about excitement. That is how excited I was to really offer a product and a complementary service that really eliminates the concerns that our clients have, which pertains about the regulatory impact of clinical trials, the privacy impact or considerations of those trials, and really the cybersecurity or the preservation of information security for those activities. And we actually were able, very comfortably, we can attest that we can solve those problems in one solution. That solution is EasyClin as of right now. So we're able to integrate not only the years of experience that Marcus and Sven have in clinical development along with their teams, but really use that and morph the deployment in the United States, in North America, and obviously globally, to meet whatever is necessary to supplement those data capture activities that will be important from a regulatory standpoint, preserve that evidence, have the regulatory clarity to present to any regulatory body, investors, or anybody else for that matter that it has a vested interest in not only the performance, the execution, but really the veracity of the data that's being generated. That's a critical issue that we have seen time and time again in terms of what is the data that is being generated. And now we're in a very comfortable position to state that yes, we have met those requirements, and really extend the service capability to our clients to have that as they chart forward in their development process, as Sven alluded to, is whether that is in development of something that is needed to be done intuitively, or if there's an opportunity to deploy it in a more systematic way. So we're able to do that. So with that being said, excited, looking forward to it. There's a lot of the intellectual horsepower behind this collaboration is really second to none, and we're just really looking forward to make this available. We're going to be announcing additional partnerships that really will be a one-stop shop when it comes to clinical trial management, clinical trial deployment, but really is to augment and accelerate the timelines when it comes to getting the medicine, all the medical devices needed back to the societal needs. And that's just as important, being able to really afford the opportunity for independent reviewers, the confidence that the product and the services is what it is. There haven't been any issues on that end. And secondarily is really allow the organizations to present and showcase how good they are. And if they've done as well they have done, and they're planning as such, as now with the Verident capabilities, we can illustrate that immutably without violating privacy or cybersecurity expectations, to be able to showcase that accordingly. With that being said, Maria, thank you so much, and looking forward to many more of these. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And yeah, just on a final note, we will be starting demos very soon. And so the way to get in touch for any questions or to schedule a demo, the way to access the product or information about the product is really just as easy as shooting me an email. And we will be having another one of these webinars very soon on EasyClin's user perspectives, and we will get some additional voices in the room on that one. So that will be an exciting collaboration as well. So thank you all for participating, and looking forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you very much.